Hi, everybody. This is Deanna with toolsofenergyprotection.com, your empath and highly sensitive person. I read Akashic Records and help people to feel empowered. How's everybody doing? It is 12/31/2024 at 3:52 in the afternoon, Colorado time. I hope everybody is doing great. And I wanted to come on and talk to you a little bit about what to expect in 2025 and things I've been hearing from my spirit guides. So, a lot of times people will get ready for a New Year's resolution and they're like, okay, I'm going to do this or I'm not going to do that. And they set their goals. And I want you to know that right now, where we are in time and space and the astrology or the astronomy of the planets, what's happening in our world right now, in the entire planet right now, is the energies are shifting. And you, as a human being, have bioelectromagnetic energy, and so does the planet. And when the different planetary alignments shift, so does the planet. It's called the heartbeat of the earth. We've had a lot of that this year. 2024 has been a lot of work for those people that are aware, awake, and alert. They can go high five. I have felt this. I've had so much happen this year in my life. I've had things come out of nowhere. I've had relationships that have been there for years suddenly break up, or, my significant other suddenly just became a different person, or there's too much going on and have things in my personal life and things in my business life, and other things coming up on the horizon. And a lot of us highly sensitive empaths just felt like, basically, my favorite saying, we felt like a tennis ball in a clothes dryer. And we had all different things coming at us at different times. It became too much, and we'd want to check out or we'd want to numb out, and then the universe would bring it right back to us and it said, no, 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 you have to deal with this. And so, what I've been noticing over the last 2 months, November and December, as so many of you have reached out to me for an Akashic Records clearing or an energy clearing of some kind, and you've said to me, Deanna, I just can't handle this anymore. I'm so done with this. I've heard that a lot this year. And some people, including myself, were like, I just want to go home. I'm done with this planetary earthly game, and I'm ready to go home. And you have to be careful when you say that, as I discovered, because you might just get that opportunity, and you really don't want that opportunity. But what's happening is that a lot of us that are highly sensitive, awake, aware, and alert, the green pill, the blue pill, we took the pill that, opened us up to more awareness. And we're seeing things in a greater reality. And I want you to notice that if you look at the world news, or you look at the popular headlines, things that were never talked about, ever talked about publicly before, all of a sudden are all over the place. So they're talking about sightings of UFOs and things that might be going on there, and the different technologies and different things in our foods and water and all that. So we have a lot of truth, if you will, or seeming truth coming out publicly for us to digest, for us to look at, which creates a greater sense sometimes of overwhelm and fear. So if we sum up 2024, my guides told me, again, I did, one of these last year, and they said it's about the twos. And so I noticed everything was about choices and twos and dynamics. And then the twos began to multiply. So I noticed things, in my business life, in my personal life, in other aspects. We have, bills and things to organize, and then other people in our lives to help, just everything that you can think of going on all at the same time. And it was a lot. So the twos multiplied, I don't know, like rabbits, and lots of choices. And so a lot of us are exhausted. And when I say us, I mean clients, friends that have opened up to me. We're exhausted. We're tired. We're like, ugh. So here comes 2025, and we're like, am I even ready? I mean, how many of you, either watching now or later, if you give me a thumbs up, to tell me that you have felt this year exhausted, and the holidays came up so fast this year, you're like, oh my goodness, I haven't done anything yet. And even like New Year's. I see a couple thumbs up there. And so, how are things going to shift in the next, 12 hours, the next 24 hours? What is that going to look like? So I'm happy to share with you that if you haven't made a New Year's resolution and you're thinking to yourself, oh my goodness, I need to do this, or I got to make, I'd like for you to step back and take pen and paper or pencil and paper, or if you need to, type it out, voice to text if you need to. And I'd like for you to express all of the things, all of the challenges that you're currently facing. And here's what I'd like to share with you. I'd like for you to make a list of the following things. And when I mean a list, it doesn't have to be long. You don't have to journal, bullet statements, all that stuff. I'd like for you to think about your energy. Because everything is energy. Everything is energy. And I've been doing this for a lot of years, working with Akashic Records, which is the super size of energy. Think about your energy, and I'd like for you to put on your paper, what are my energy goals for this year? Question mark. And you're like, okay, what does that mean? Well, first of all, if you're watching me on Instagram or Facebook or YouTube, I'd like for you to click follow or like, because that's going to help my analytics to go higher. That's going to help me to get more people, and that's going to help me to come back and do these lives on a more regular basis. I know a lot of you had contacted me and said, are you okay? Why aren't you doing the lives more? And I dropped out for a while because I've been reorganizing how I'm going to show up for you all, what you needed. And if you do want something, about Akashic Records or energy more than before, send me a text or an email or something and let me know, or private message me. Because everything is energy, and that's what it boils down to. Whether I'm clearing Akashic Record energies, whether I'm teaching you how to do it for yourself, or recognize how come you're stuck in this cycle. Big time. A lot of people are stuck in the same old cycle. They say they want to change, they try to change, and they seem to go right back into the same old cycle. So that's an energy pattern. And so that's what I'd like to do for 2025, is begin to share that with you all. How do you address the energy? How do you know what energy is holding you back? What's stuck in your energy field? What does that look like? What does it mean? What are gifts? That kind of stuff. So on your list, or if you're going to write something out, voice to text or typing or writing, I'd like for you, instead of saying, this is my New Year's resolution, I'd like for you to look at your energy, and I want you to think about what's going on right now. I just got off of the phone with a client earlier who is like me, and there's so many irons in the fire, there's so many balls in the air, that it's very challenging to have any energy for yourself. So here's the energy places to think about. Number one, where is your emotional energy being spent? We only have so much energy. A lot of folks say, oh, there's so many hours in a day. Okay, great. There's only so much energy you have in a day based on your exercise program. What foods are you eating? All that stuff. I'm discovering now, a lot of the foods that we eat, fast food and stuff, is really not good for our bodies. And, we're tired, need supplements and stuff. So my first question is, where is your emotional energy going? Think about that. Where do you spend it? If you think about your emotional energy in a day being at 100%, what takes that energy away? Where are you spending it? What drama are you involved in and letting it go that direction? Okay. The next question is, where is your mental energy going every day? I know a gentleman that has a very high pressure job, and he's just thinking all day long, solving this problem, putting out that fire, and by the time he gets home, he's exhausted. His mental energy is gone. So I asked him, where's your mental energy going every day? What can you get rid of? What can you give to someone else to take care of? Okay, so that's your emotional, mental energy. Then where's your physical energy going every day? Are you exercising? Are you moving your body in space and time? Are you doing too much for your body type? Where is that physical energy going every day. Okay? So you got mental, emotional, physical, and then you have spiritual. Where's your spiritual energy going? You know, are you focused on an ideal outcome that you're not reaching and you feel like, you know, spirit forgot about you or God doesn't love you or, you know, that kind of thing. Okay? So that's what I'd like for you to do instead of having a list of New Year's resolutions. Because once you know where you are with those things, then you know where you can go. And you've got about 4 or 5 days. I usually give myself 4 or 5 days to write them out, you know, give myself a break after the new year starts, right? It's a lot all at once. And I want you to know that this year, what my guides were telling me is that it's not about New Year's resolutions. It's about healing your energy and motion. That's what 2025 is about. It's about looking at what's going on, what's right under your nose, what's draining you mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, energetically. Where are you investing your emotional time, your mental time, your physical time, your spirit? Where are you investing it? And if you're investing it, is that investment coming back? How is it coming back? Could you spend your energy better? Is there something you could be doing that would give you more energy to enjoy life and embrace life? Okay? That's what 2025 is about. So, the numbers that are going to help you understand more about that this year, last year again was about the twos. This year is about the number 12. I don't know how that's going to unfold yet. We'll see. And my guides tell me that 12s will indicate a lot of things this year. And then be sure to look when changes happen in your life, when a major change happens in your life, or your life goes in a different direction. Be sure and tune into the number 6 and the number 9, especially if it's at the beginning of something. So, you know, if you're moving and you're in apartment number 68, or, you know, if you're driving on a highway and it's highway number 90, the 6s and the 9s are a big indicator to you as an individual that you're going in a direction that is better for you. You're going to learn something. And the faster this year that you recognize what you're learning, absorb it, close the loop of the learning circle, the better off it's going to be. And for those of you empaths, starseeds, highly sensitive people that, like me, over the last few months, it's like, how many more balls can I have in the air? How much more can I juggle? You know, I feel like the tennis ball in the clothes dryer, and the clothes dryer isn't even on, you know, the last of its cycle. What's going on? That's the universe's way of asking you to pick where is your energy best invested in your life to make it full of joy, to make it more easy and effortless. I do have a lot of different things going on in my personal life, in my business life, more than I could ever imagine. And I would like to release a lot of them, but none of them are going away. So I've been asking myself, how am I going to spend the energy that I have in a day? I only have so much to keep those things in play or going forward or progressing. And so I'm going to ask you the same question in your life to evaluate that. It will be much better if you do, because when it comes time, when push comes to shove, or something else comes up, you won't feel so exhausted or drained as you might have this year. For those of you that had a great year, congratulations. Some of the rest of us are like, you know, trying to figure out how to put it all together. All right, if you have any comments, questions, or observations, you want to put those down here in the feed at this time, that would be great. I'm more than happy to take any questions that you might have. And I have a lot of people have already booked their New Year's reading or energy clearing to see what's going to unfold for them, what themes to look for, what challenges to look for. And if you're like, I really could use an Akashic record reading or an energy reading and find out what's stuck, why it's stuck, how do I get it out of here, transmute it, how do I do it for myself? A lot of you have been seeking more wisdom about how to do it for yourself, then if you will private message me, I'll send you the link to my book. Or if you prefer, you can go to toolsofenergyprotection.com, TOOLS, toolsofenergyprotection.com, and click on services and scroll down to where it says readings. You can click on there. It'll take you right over to my book, my private book, so that you can get that, or you can private message me or email me and reach out to me, and I'm going to get you on as many as I can. I do have very limited readings between now and the 8th of January. So you want to get on just as soon as you can, because they're filling up really fast, and because of my own personal schedule and some traveling I'm doing, it's narrowed a little bit more than it normally would. Okay? And what we will do is look at what's happening for you. What's going on for you? Why might you have the challenges you do, and see what energy we can get rid of. Okay, Mama Jakeem says, what's today's topic? Okay, today we're talking about 2025 and what people can look forward to or look for in 2025. That's what we're talking about. Anyway, so the big picture for the first 3 to 4 months, my guides are telling me, is not to set a New Year's resolution, but to look at where you're spending your energy, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, energetically. That's step one. Because how can you obtain a good momentum for a New Year's resolution if you don't look at what's been draining your energy or taking it and investing it? Some people have a job and they know, I spend so much time thinking, I spend so much time investing my emotions in this. Perhaps it's a relationship. I feel exhausted at the end of the day, and I know exactly where I'm going. Well, why do you feel exhausted? How could you have managed that time better? How could you have managed your emotions better? And for a lot of us empaths, we tend to pour our love into others. We tend to pour our energy into other people instead of keeping an adequate amount for ourselves. So that's one you can put down if that's you. Okay, so let's go really quickly over here. Kind of a short and sweet tonight. Hi, Precious. Good to see you. Angelic Love. Oh, sorry, Angelic Flow. Good to see you. Mama Jakeem, of course, good to see you. Don't look like I have any comments over here. If you're down here on Facebook, I put the link down here in the feed, and I'll do the same on YouTube. But again, if you're wondering what that outlook is going to look like for 2025, what do you need to be prepared for? What's coming down the chute? It's always good if we can see ahead. Then that's what we're going to do with the readings. I'm going to look into your Akashic records and see what is it that's keeping you in the same pattern. Because once you know that, you can transmute the energy. You can have tools for yourself to go in your life and go, okay, here's how I can change things and feel better and express more joy. Okay. There's a lot of stuff going on this planet right now. Have no fear. This is a time to draw your energy to yourself and spend it wisely. It's like if I gave you $1,000 and I said, here you go spend it. How would you spend it? Would you invest it? Would you squander it? Would you turn it into $1 bills and drive down the highway and throw them out? Would you help a friend? What would you do? So very seriously think about it. Okay, I don't have any questions, and so what I'm going to do is I have a deck that I really super like, and I'm going to, I did a reading for myself a couple of days ago, actually yesterday, and I asked my guides, I said, okay, let's do a reading for the collective consciousness, basically the people that watch me. Make sure you click follow or share or like, because it will help my analytics, help me to keep the lights on, so to speak. Feel free to private message me if you have questions. There's a way to get a hold of me on toolsofenergyprotection.com. And on Thursday, I have lots of openings on that day. You want to come and see me on that day, maybe get a love reading, see if there's love coming up for you. And if not, why not? And what can you do to change that? So the first deck that I am using, it's an oracle deck. Really super pretty. It's called the Good Tarot. It's by Colette Baron Reid, in case you're trying to read it backwards there. It's called the Good Tarot. It's a nice deck. And so I'm asking for all of those of you that are going to be watching, and for other empaths, highly sensitive people, for 2025, what can they look forward to? What is something that we can see coming up on the horizon? My spirit guides are telling me that you all are going to have more visitations this year. So that means more angels, more guides, that kind of thing that are going to be coming into your life. So don't be too surprised if you see things out of the corner of your eye, or you feel like somebody, like today I went to a lending institution, and I thought somebody was standing behind me in line, and I turned around, and there's nobody there. There was somebody there, just not in the living world, physical body anyway. All right. So what do we have to look forward to? And that is lift. So this is in that deck, it's called the Nine of Air, and you can see that she's got her wings there. So we're going to have a lot of lift, and in this particular thing, there are 9 birds. There's 9 different things that are happening. That's why I'm asking you to look at where you're spending your energy this year. And someone else pointed out to me that that they think this is the year of the 9, so great. But we can look forward to lift. So as long as you can look at your energy, where are you spending it? Where is it going? And how can it be spent better? And move yourself in that direction. God's Spirit Source is going to give you that lift and support you. Basically, what you're looking for in opportunity, in wealth, in relationships is looking for you. In order for you to find that, though, you have to match the vibrational frequency of what you're looking for. So if what you're looking for is not coming to you, that's because your vibration is not matching. So what we're looking forward to this year is you step into it, you adjust your energy, you set your beeline basically there, set your trajectory, get rid of the stuff that's draining you too much. If you can't get rid of it, organize it better, find a way to manage it, and get that lift. Okay? They tell me I need to look at card number 2 as well, so I'll do that. Okay. Let me see. Now they gave me a card number 2. I'm just learning this particular deck. So you got to love it when they give you one that you haven't looked at before. Okay. This one is called the Hierophant, or Spiritual Practice. Okay, here we go. It's a really super pretty card. Let me see if I can get it closer over here on Facebook. And there it is on Instagram. It says, when this card appears, it reminds me to be committed to my spiritual practice to ensure conscious contact with my higher power. When I have daily practice of prayer and meditation steeped in gratitude and commitment to being the co-creator, life works out in wondrous ways. Rituals in my highest good at this time. Exchanging vows is also highlighted. So I don't know if I'd make a vow this year to anything, but I like the spiritual practice, because in that you're recognizing that lift that God's Spirit or Source can give you, or Goddess if that's where you're at. If you align yourself to that, and you're not putting fear and anxiety and worry in there, because then nobody can align to that. It's like, right? And that's why I'm asking you, where are you spending your energy? What circumstances, what things, okay? Because once you line up your spiritual practice, whether that's meditation, and take action in that direction, that's something that's been lacking, is taking action. If you don't take action, nothing happens, because there's no energy exchange. So you can look forward to getting that lift from God's Spirit Source, and also when you commit to that spiritual practice, things will work out for you. Because if you're not aligned with what you want, that's seeking you and you're seeking it, you're going to misalign. And when you have that spiritual practice, you will get messages, you will hear, feel, sense, or know things that other people don't, that will say, that little voice inside that maybe you haven't listened to in the past says turn here or go there, and you don't. Well, how can you receive what was there for you if you're not looking at it, right? So it's alignment. It's the vibrational match of alignment, okay? And then then I have another deck, which, funny enough, somebody got a hold of it and took a few cards out and put a few other cards in. I've got to get myself a new one. So sometimes I get two cards of the same thing in here. Anyway, it's called Wisdom of the Oracle. It's also by Colette Baron Reid. This is a really nice oracle deck. So I was asking my guides what the big message is, and like I said, somebody else got a hold of this and mixed some other cards in, so I got to get myself a new deck. And when I opened it up to where they were showing me to read for you all today about what's coming up, I got two of the same cards, and then the card is called Come to the Edge. And a lot of us have come to the edge in this current reality that we're living in. We're done, we're over it, we're tired of swimming upstream, uphill, expending energy that goes nowhere. So that's, again, why I'm asking you to look at where are you spending your energy, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, energetically. Make a list. Voice to text, write it out, pen to paper, type it out, and pin that up. Because once you find out where you're spending your energy is a good investment for you or not, if it's not a good investment of your energy, change that. That's your New Year's resolution. Okay, and then the other one they brought up, which I really super like, is called Fork in the Road. Fork in the Road. So big time for 2025, all the way till December, my guides are telling me. All the way to December. We have come to the edge of nonsense, and it's time for us to make that decision. Are you going to go to the road less traveled by? Poetic reference there. Or are you going to keep going in the same direction? All right. And change can be challenging, and that's why when I'm working with people, we look at the Akashic records. We look at the energy that's holding you back. And then we help you to diffuse it, dissolve it, transmute it, so it gives you the ability to walk forward much more easily. It's like taking the elasticity or the rubber bands off so that you can progress more easily. That's what it's about, and finding out the things that you don't know. Okay. And then one of the things that may come up this year that could cause you to trip up or could cause things on your path to not go smoothly. There's two things for the entire year. Yes, the next 12 months and one day. Is this one is, oh, sorry, somebody did ask me to make sure. This is called the Akashic Tarot. It's by Klingler and Taylor. So that's what the front of the box looks like. The Lady of Akasha is on the front there. And my guides were telling me that I could find what would be maybe a stopping point or a blocking point for this year for us, you know, things that could be in play with the astrology where it currently is. And one of those things is called intricacies and industry. So the intricate details of things and being industrious and productive. So basically pay attention to the detail, pay attention to the small stuff. Okay, normally we just say it's all small stuff and it'll work itself out. This year you want to pay attention to the small stuff. And if you see things in the news and they're like, oh, look at this, this is the tragedy, this is what's going on in the world, you know, reroute yourself to looking at what they're not telling you in the news. And there's different ways you can look that up, and I highly recommend that you stay awake, aware, and alert to see what's happening that they're not putting right in front of you 24/7. The other thing for this year is balance. Because some of us didn't make that last year. We did not pass that course. Wouldn't know anybody like that. But you can't balance if you don't know where your energy is being spent. Okay? Let me see if there's any questions. So I don't see any questions. And again, if you're like, I would like to get a reading for what to expect for this year, or to see where my energy is being spent that I may not be aware of, and how can I change that and help myself, that would be an Akashic Records reading, an intuitive reading, with some instructions, some healing, some helping you to heal, helping you to get going in the right direction. And you can go to toolsofenergyprotection.com. That's my website. Click on services or appointments and scroll down, and you'll find my calendar. And I updated it today with what I have left available for the New Year's readings. So you'll want to be sure and grab yourself a spot, because they'll fill up quickly. I am going to be traveling over the next couple of weeks, so my sections of time are a little bit smaller than normal, and you want to make sure you get on there. And that is it. And I don't see any questions, so that tells me you all got some answers to something. If you're getting in Global City, there's getting in on the end. When I click end, it'll recycle itself, and then you can see it from the beginning and see what's going in store for 2025. And I appreciate you all coming on. I will be coming back and doing the lives, just, like I said, reorganizing how I'm going to present it to help you all the most in 2025. I am, if you're watching on Facebook, the reels or the stories, or on Instagram, the reels or the stories, I am putting up a tool of energy protection for each day, usually 30 seconds, sometimes 60, about something you can do that day that will help you to protect your energy, to shield your energy, or have more awareness of where your energy is going that maybe you never thought about. Because energy is precious, just like life is precious. And if you're spending all your energy and you're not getting anything back, you're just throwing it away. And later, about April, May of 2025, my guides are telling me there's going to be another upset in this world. And if your energy is all over the place, you're not going to be able to get through that, because you're going to be so spent and so exhausted that it's just, you won't have the energy to work through it, accept it, see it, know it, that kind of thing. Feel it, sense it. So we, need to be more pure within ourselves. Okay? Anyway, mwah, big hugs and kisses. Please like, share the video, or click follow. That helps the analytics. We get out to more people. They get more information. And again, if you're joining me right at the end, just wait and the video will recycle and you can see it from the beginning. If you have any questions, please send me a private message or an email, and I'm more than happy to answer any questions you might have. And I look forward to the rest of the year and spending time with all of you as we go forward. Oh, Happy New Year, Mama Jakim. Happy New Year, everybody. Big hugs and kisses.